From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, Chris Luxon has registered New Zealand's concerns to the East Asia Summit about escalating global tensions. The Prime Minister now returning home from Laos after attending. Luxon told Newstalk ZB he promoted the rules-based system, flagging concerns around the Middle East conflicts, Myanmar and tensions in the South China Sea.
What we're seeing is a breakdown of rules being substituted with power and unilateral actions by countries that actually aren't respecting or breaking down the international rules-based system.
Winston Peters is vowing to recognise the party faithful who helped return New Zealand first to Parliament at this weekend's convention. Almost 270 delegates are expected at the event in Hamilton to hear from ministers, guest speakers and the leader's address. Peters is teasing a policy announcement on overseas investment, but also says it's mainly about thanking the party's supporters for standing by them. Political commentator Ben Thomas says it's an opportunity to showcase NZ First's direction, but also connect with people on the ground.
The people who are door knocking during campaigns, doing bake sales, from which Winston Peters has famously said New Zealand First gets most of its donations.
Wellington bus operators are reiterating calls for safety on public transit after a reported hate speech incident. Police are investigating Islamophobic slurs made by a passenger on a bus service in Korori. Metlink is working with police and reviewing CCTV footage, with the regional council saying everyone needs to be safe using public transport, including drivers. And millions of people in Florida are still without power more than a day after Hurricane Milton devastated parts of the state. The latest death toll is 16. Utility workers have been repairing downed power lines and damaged phone towers in cities and towns swamped by heavy rain. While Milton did not generate the catastrophic surge of seawater that had been feared in Florida, the cleanup operation could take weeks and months. That's news. In sport, the top-ranked Wellington Lions are through to the MPC semi-finals after a 29-14 win over Counties Manukau in the capital. The hosts, running out to a 19-0 lead after 28 minutes, would lead 19-7 at the break. Counties would close the gap to 10 points midway through the second stanza, but a late try to replacement halfback Kyle Preston sealing the win for Wellington. Former Warriors winger Marcelo Montoya has confirmed his return to the Bulldogs on a 2-year deal. The 28-year-old, who scored 30 tries in 82 NRL appearances for the Warriors, granted an early release by the club. Montoya previously playing 54 games for the Bulldogs, the team he made his debut with in 2017. And Novak Djokovic through to the semis of the Shanghai Masters after a 3-set win over Czech Jakub Minsik.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.